Be excellent to each other and party on. We're back for another Legacy League, and today we are playing what I like to call Pox lands because it's half Pox Loam, half lands. The decks are very similar, but this just goes the rest of the way and includes crop rotation and exploration, powerful lands tech. We have 28 lands, which is not a ton, but I think it's plenty to support our Mox Diamonds. The goal is to Malevolent Rumble or just naturally find a life from the loam and then start loaming. And once we do, we can start waste-locking our opponent. We can start getting a bunch of constructs. And of course, we have this powerful new card, Eumidian Hatchery, which is just completely overperformed, sometimes creating like 5 or 6 1/1 flyers. And you just kind of like use these to buy time while you continue to grind your opponent, grind their mana base to dust, or you can just go on the aggro and just sort of swing in the air with a whole bunch of flyers every turn. And a lot of times your opponents are not ready for that. So this land is essentially like Bitter Blossom on a land. And there are lots of ways to sack it. Of course, we've got Smallpox in here. We've got crop rotation, both ways to beneficially use this land drop. We can also do the trick where we crop rotate on an Urza Saga where the search trigger's already on the stack, so we can get another land like another Urza Saga and get a Mox Diamond. In terms of targets for the Urza Saga, there aren't a lot. We've got one main deck Nile Spellbomb. Out of respect for Graveyard, we also have instant speed Graveyard Wipe with Bajuka Bog off crop rotation. And then we have Shadow Spear and Pithing Needle in the sideboard. This is not, like, I am one of those people that just does not believe in putting a bunch of janky cards in your deck just to have versatile Urza Saga targets. Nile Spellbomb is perfectly playable. Mox Diamond is great in any circumstance unless we somehow don't have any lands in hand. And so we should be able to use this to create big constructs. And really, that's all the deck does. It wins through constructs and it wins through hatchery tokens. And it does not have Merit Lage, which I think is just not very good right now. There's so many Brazen Borrowers. K command just removes it from the game, which is insane. Your 2020 dies for 2 colorless mana as exile. That's crazy, right? Like, so it's not good. It's not worth playing a bunch of jank lands to have a 2020 that's just going to get removed. So we're playing what I think is very responsible mana. We've got like tons of black sources. We've got 14 initial green sources, not including the Mox Diamond. So we shouldn't find ourselves color screwed. Our mana requirements are not bad at all. The big threat that I've found that is hard to deal with this deck is Tamiyo. And so I just went all the way up to 4 Witherbloom command. This totally works well with our game plan, and it can just, remove a flip Tamiyo, which is quite good. We also have in the sideboard some additional creature removal in Shieldred's Edict. This can take care of Kaito or Tamiyo. We have a couple more Fatal Pushes. We've got the 4 Ley Lines, the 4 Force of Vigors. Those are just great right now. And then I've got a Tabernacle. And you might be thinking, why would you want Tabernacle in a deck where you've got like tons of tokens that you need to be able to support with your mana? And the answer is, if our opponent starts going crazy with cats, we can just crop rotate, get it, and then later we can remove it when we're ready to beat them down. But we need something to just mass board wipe. There are just too many Ocelot Prides running around right now. So we're going to play a full league with this list. I already played a league with it and I didn't do very well. I got a 2-3. I'm going to keep trying to tighten up and play better, sequence better. But I did make some changes after that league, such as adding the Tabernacle and going all the way up to 4 Witherblooms. And I think that is going to be helpful. I also removed the Ghost Quarter. I know that you could like Ghost Quarter lock your opponent, but a lot of the matchups where your opponent is playing like a lot of basics, it's just not a good use of your time to try to take out their mana. Like, you just need to pivot, in my opinion. So we're not going to be playing Ghost Quarter. It was another colorless land as well. And that, like, I just love being able to cast my spells. What can I say? I don't like utility lands. I like casting my spells. So we're going to play a full 5 rounds as always. See you in round 1. Round 1, we're up against Mahfouz Van Gogh. That means we're up against Dredge. This guy is a dedicated Dredge player, very strong. And he's a serious contender. Frequently does extremely well with Dredge. Always a joy to play against him, even though his deck is extremely difficult to beat. Let's think about this hand. It is possible that we get there by like wasting him repeatedly. This doesn't really do anything. Like, Beseju could hit like an LED if he just floats it out there, but I think we need to mulligan this. Like, you have to play weird against Dredge. This is instant speed, graveyard hate. And an Nile Spellbomb. This is a keep. This is a keep. Okay, so against this deck, you don't care about Smallpox. It's not good. We probably will be boarding these out, I imagine. I'm just going to keep the good utility cards. I want to have Crop Rod up just in case he does something degenerate turn 1. Or I could just open Nile Spellbomb. Actually, it's probably better to open Nile Spellbomb. Because if Nile Spellbomb gets forced, it's not the end of the world. If Crop Rotation gets forced, it's a 2-for-1. I could Urza's... Yeah, I Urza's Saga and a Nile Spellbomb. But then, no, I can't really do anything. I think I Hatchery into Nile Spellbomb. And then Urza's Saga can come out the subsequent turn. Hatchery is just so good, and you want to get it ticking up. The life loss is rarely consequential. And my opponent's reputation preceding them caused us to mulligan. Like I don't even bother looking them up. I've never played against them when they weren't on Dredge. By the way, Mafuz Van Gogh has a YouTube channel. If you want to get good at Dredge, that is the place to go. Okay, so Golgari Grave Troll. Good to know about. I think we're just going to be wiping that. They are baiting us, but we have a second form of interaction here. We could just wait until they dredge and then hit it, but I'm actually not sure what to do here. Like every time I think I've got Dredge pegged, like, oh, this is how you beat Dredge. He figures out some way to like judo me. I do want Crop Rod up. This is a Surveil as well. I'm going to take it slow. Do I want to get rid of this now? I think in the upkeep, yeah, I just get rid of it. Because again, we have the second form, and this is a very powerful Dredger. And I'm worried that if he puts a bunch of cards in the graveyard, he's going to trigger a bunch of stuff. Okay, we got a life from the loam, which is great. It's like probably it's the most important card in our deck. Okay, they have Cephalid, Colosseum, LED. This is fine. Please go all in. Please go all in with LED. Oh, they're being patient. I don't like that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and Surveil. I can just blow it up with Witherbloom. I think that's correct. Let's bin a Wasteland so we can loam it back. They're going to see that I have Crop Rotation, and that's going to set off the alarm bells, but I don't want a second one. All right. So I think the play is LED here and just have a land up for Crop Rotation. They could have no, they can't daze. Black, green, Witherbloom. I'll mill myself. I will destroy that diamond. I don't think they can instant speed do anything here. Actually, no, they could potentially. No, they get 6 cards. It's not quite threshold. They might find something in there. Okay, so they did activate. They've got the 3 mana. Oh, this does give them the ability to do it. Holy cow, I just punted so bad by not playing out this land. Okay. So this resolves. Otherworldly Gaze. They're getting back a Poxwalker. That sucks. Yeah, I punted. It's not necessarily like a game-ending punt, but... Yeah, because they wouldn't have been able to do any of this if I could just... No, LED, and then they put that on the stack. Yeah, I probably still would have waited. So I don't think it's as bad of a punt as I made it out to be. I do think I want this Wasteland for the next land. Wait, do we care about the next land? I don't think we do. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bomb my hatchery here, get 3 dudes, one of which can trade with this. They won't have a graveyard. Yeah, I mean this is the unique land, so I'll get it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just bomb their graveyard now. Could wait till upkeep. I don't think it does anything. They're tapped out. They're hellbent. I'm just gonna do it now. And he's probably just like, okay, like you just had everything, and I did. So let's bog. We're gonna target you. You have no graveyard. You have a few turns where you're not dead to these tokens. Draw a card. They're not attacking. I'm gonna start attacking them. They are gonna win the race. At this Urza Saga, I could just go ahead and do this. I don't think they have anything in that's going to matter here. I'll spin this Wasteland. Now I'm going to go black, green, loam. We're going to get back Bayou since I've already fetched my... and then I'll just attack for 2. Yeah, and if they want to trade, that's fine. I do want to get this off the board just because it represents some material. I'm not sure what they could draw from here. Because they need an enabler. They need a way to discard and they need land. Yeah. I think we had that totally covered. Okay. So, Smallpox is bad. We don't want them discarding. Just choosing and discarding, that's not good. Thoughtseize is not great either. Leyline's great. Tabernacle's good. We can just bring it in and just wipe their board if they start to win. I don't like Thoughtseize in this matchup. Especially not on the draw. This could name LED. No, we can't. Unless they're mana abilities. Are there any abilities in Dredge that we need to name? I don't think there are. I'm not going to bother looking. Well, I guess. So the only activated abilities I see are the land. The Cephalid Coliseum. This anger art is sick. It's like just this giant angry freaking meteorite falling down. Okay, I can't think of anything. Like Shadow Spear is probably actually pretty good because life, it may come down to life. I don't know. Obviously, we're going to keep the Nile Spellbomb as a target. I don't think Force of Vigor helps. Like, let's take a look at their sideboard. Yeah, I mean, they could leyline us. We have the double Boseijus if that comes up. I don't think they're likely to pivot into that, but it is strong against us. I don't know. I'm going to put the Shadow Spear in for sure. I guess we just put a Shield's Edict in just as like a catch-all. That doesn't feel good. No, maybe we bring in the Force of Vigor. What does that do? It doesn't do anything against them. It could be that maybe we just want the Thoughtseizes after all. Even though they suck. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep 2 Thoughtseizes in. Just, I don't have any better substitutions. So they are a 4 Force of Will deck. They also have Force Negation probably post-board. No, they don't. Wait, do they not have Force of Will? I thought they had Force of Will. It makes sense if you're playing LED not to play Force of Will. Well, that's good for us. If they're on the exact build, which so far everything seems to suggest that they are. So I am always going to mull to Leyline. Unless, like, I just happen to have, like, Bayou crop rotation or something like that. Like, I almost certainly want to just mold a Leyline. It's so strong. And it uses up a lot of their early game trying to figure out an answer to it. All right. This hand is insane. Wasteland lock, Leyline of the Void. Let's snap keep this. Yeah, and they didn't Leyline us. So we do have Loam on. And they just scoop. Yeah! Leyline. So strong. Don't play Dredge right now. Everybody's freaking playing 4 Leylines and a bunch of like main deck Nile Spellbombs and Bajuka Bogs and stuff like that. Like my advice, don't play Dredge right now. It's a cool deck. I totally respect Mafus for powering through this incredibly anti-graveyard time. Round 2, we're up against an unknown opponent. Let's take a look at this hand. I mean, this is a Smallpox hand with Hatchery. So we Hatchery, Mox, blow up their first land. If they play a creature, it's even better. Otherwise, this is the problem with Exploration, why it's only 3 of. You do get a lot of hands where you just don't have very many lands. I'm going to snap keep this, though. This is great. I would love for them to play a turn 1 creature here. Like, Smallpox thrives in, like, environments where your opponents are quickly deploy creatures. It's like the ultimate, like, anti-aggro card. They reveal Elvish Spear Guide. Okay, so this is a Stompy deck. Please chalice me. Caves. So, actually, this is perfect. This is perfect. Check this out. We're going to blow up their only land. We're going to kill their only creature. We're going to introduce a creature off the hatchery that can take back the initiative. Oh my goodness. Not take it back, but take it. They get a land. They're going to need a powerful follow-up here. I love playing this deck that my opponent's playing. It's so fun and so explosive. It looks like they may just be playing red, though. Because they went for red. All right. Wow. What a perfect card. Because now we can go ahead and start with Exploration. I'm not going to bother. Well, maybe I should. But now we play the Hatchery. Now we play the Mox. And now we wreck their world. So I'm going to discard. I think the card to discard is probably Witherbloom Command. Because Rumble can create a chump blocker and can find us a Loam. Yeah. This is too perfect. They may be able to like exile this or Fury it or something like that. But like that was a great turn. They do have a mountain. They're going to Lost Well. Next turn we rumble. We have a chump in case they like have like some sort of non-trampley. Like Caves of Chaos has trample, but like other creatures, like let's say they just play out like a Spirit Guide or like a Magus or something like that, we can chump that. Okay, they don't have it. Wow, this is great. Come on, please don't have interaction for this. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it first to see whether it connects, because that'll inform like how I deal with Rumble. Okay, so we have the initiative. Let's go get a basic forest. That is definitely the more important of the two lands here. I'm going to go ahead and just go like this. I can get whatever color I need. I think we get Urza Saga cooking. Wasteland would be great. But Urza Saga is definitely... Like, we already have a Mox. So I'll play that out. And then I can also play this out and Surveil. Next turn, I'm going to buff this. I'm going to go to kill them. My intention is to trap them. Unfortunately, like Throne of the Dead 3 does nothing because our deck doesn't have any creatures in it. But we're going to still do some damage on the way out. I'm going to Surveil. That actually is pretty good because I want to take their follow-up action. Like if they've got a creature they're building toward. Let's Forge. Buff this. I probably should have actually forged onto this because then I would have additional power in case they remove this. So I think we go ahead and just check their hand before we do anything. Okay, both of these are really good. They scooped. I could just take the Elvish Reclaimer or Elvish Spirit Guide and they wouldn't be able to get enough mana probably. I don't think I would scoop there because they could potentially find like a... Yeah, but if I take the caves... No, they could still get this. They just needed 2 more mana. So I think that was a premature scoop. But let's talk about how we beat this deck. This is a very strong deck. Fatal Push and Shieldred's Edict are definitely good options here. Witherbloom's probably not going to do much, unfortunately. Like, it could blow up a Mox. Now Spellbomb doesn't do anything. We can bring in Shadow Spear to regain life. Wait, Pithing Needle. We didn't see like Minsk and Boo or One Ring. A lot of people play it. I don't like it personally. I just hate the One Ring. Just on principle. I think it's a terrible card that never should have been printed. But like I could see them if they're able to produce 4 mana very quickly playing that. I don't think Tabernacle is where we want to be because they have basic lands. We're not going to be able to waste them out of the game. We're just going to be able to disrupt them mildly on our way to victory. So you could be asking on the draw, is it even worth it to play Thoughtseize against the aggro deck? And I think the answer is probably no. We're not going to be able to stop them from introducing the initiative. We're just going to be able to hopefully take it back quickly. Force of Vigor. We'll see what they do, but this might be worth bringing in if they're playing like a lot of Moxen and like... yeah, I mean, they may have Leyline of the Void, but again, I want to emphasize, we have 2 main deck answers to Leyline of the Void. I'm not that scared of it. It could slow us down a lot, but Boseiju will get rid of it eventually. If they mull to Oblivion trying to keep that. We didn't even show them Loam. I think this is the deck we're going to roll with here. And I intentionally made sure we had 4 removal spells to correspond to the 4 Thoughtseize so that in aggro matchups we could board those out. Okay, this is Turbo Urza Saga with Wasteland en route if we want it. I think what I do is I Exploration. Then from Exploration, I probably just Rumble. Do I Rumble to try to find a Loam? And then I could maybe pitch something. Well, I need to actually... I think I pitch the Wasteland most likely, but maybe the Urza Saga. I think Urza Saga is going to be pretty important for us getting the initiative back. We did see 4 initiative creatures. Or we saw 8. Like they're playing 8. I'm going to keep this. I don't think hands get a lot better than this. Like again, Exploration, you really only want to draw 1. There might be a world in which the second one's welcome, but usually it's not. Ancient Tomb. Okay. They're exploding. What is your explosion card? Is it an initiative dude? Oh, it's Blood Moon. Well, that's actually not that big of a deal because we have the Mox. But it will be a big deal if they blow up our Mox. Okay, so here the play is Rumble for sure. I think I just discard the Wasteland. Oh man, I really wish... It does mean we're not going to be able to use Urza Saga. Actually, this completely solos us We can't do anything about this. We have to find, because both of our win cons are land-based. So we have to dig until we find a Boseiju, and then we can kill this. I'm just trying to think, if we do find Boseiju, what do we want in play? I think we want Urza Saga in play. But we have 2 cards that are very good at digging. We could also like start loaming and flipping cards over with loam every turn. So I'm going to Urza Saga. I'm going to Mox. We're going to discard the Catacombs. Because again, if we clear this, we're going to immediately want to start blowing up their land. Now let's go green. Colorless. This card, Rumble, is so good. All right, and we didn't find anything. I actually would rather have the land than the 3rd exploration, so I'm going to bin that. And we'll hope to get lucky next turn, but this is like definitely a reason for us to bring in Force of Vigor next game. They did expend, like they're a big mana deck and they only have 2 lands now. It's possible they don't have plays for a couple turns, so that does give us a moment's reprieve. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to just do this first before I decide what to play, just in case I get lucky and hit something good. There we go. Yes! All right, and now I'm just going to stick this. We can't use it till next turn. Yeah, we immediately want to be able to blow up their Ancient Tomb after this hits. So if they're able to kill our Mox somehow, it's really bad for us. Okay. My instinct is we want to end step this so that we can immediately get this up to turn like 2. Loam. Oh my goodness, that's good. All right, well, I'm going to play on my land. I mean, if we blow this up now, they can go get a mountain. They could potentially replay it. And that's, I do want to get this up to 2, so at least I can create constructs under it. So yeah, I'm going to pass one more turn cycle. They take the initiative. That's bad. They get two things with the initiative, but okay, green mana. So they are going to introduce the initiative here, I think. Undermountain, the deodorant guy. He's very sure. He's not unsure. They should have just called him Underarm Adventurer. They should have one. If they have a new unset, it's just too perfect. Okay, there's their forest. So they are a really, really initiative heavy list. I'm not even sure if it makes sense to waste them anymore. It's worth noting that we can defend the initiative with these spawns, so I'm going to do that. Let's go in green, colorless, Boseiju. And now they get to go get a basic land. I think when this comes in, it kills this. No, because they're not playing it. Okay, so now they've got all their colors. I'm going to surveil. Is that greedy? Because I could just go get a forest. I think I'm going to... Yeah, and I can start wasting a lot of their lands, but they have so many basics, I don't think it matters. And this can also tap for mana. So I think like going after the lands is completely off. And if they find the second Blood Moon, I think we're just screwed. So I'm going to go ahead and just try to get good cards here. Yeah, we definitely don't need that. All right. So this ticks up. We draw another Mox Diamond, which is great. I want to go ahead and just go green, colorless. Wait, let's think about this. We can loam, then we play this, and then we play this. But do we have enough mana? Yeah, with the Mox, we will have enough. Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and do this. Loam. We're going to get Hatchery, Bayou, Boseiju. They want to surgical me. Wouldn't think they'd be playing surgical because they're probably playing Chalice, but like I feel like the entire appeal of Stompy decks is Chalice, and I just don't understand why people who are playing Ancient Tombs decks don't play Chalice, but we haven't seen a Chalice from this opponent. It wouldn't be good in this context. It's probably be boarded out. They may have like a very macabre. All right, we got it. So I think the first order of business, drop this Mox, bend this Bayou. Now I'm going to go ahead and pay green, exploration. Do I want to play out this Catacombs? I want to hold this in hand. Hatchery, green, exploration, Catacombs. Okay, and now we can even we can't Boseiju our own lands. Yeah, it's only on opponent controls. Okay, so now I think we just pass. That was a pretty damn good turn. Now, if they Blood Moon again, we have infinite Urza Saga tokens. They're onceing. That's fine. This cannot find enchantments. It can only find creatures and lands. So I'm thinking they most likely do buff this. But we are going to have an aerial beater. We have a Wasteland and we could just waste our own land to get 2 aerial beaters. If they find a Fury, that's scary. Next turn we can get another Mox Diamond, which is great because then we can have pretty big constructs. They reveal Caves of Chaos Adventurer. So I think they're going to turbo try to get to the initiative. Caves of Chaos Adventurer has haste. Or it doesn't have haste, it has trample though. Which means it's going to be very difficult for us to defend the initiative once we take it from them. Okay, they are buffing. This is fine. They have so much mana. We're just going to keep our life total flush by throwing this in front of him. Looks like they're going to go ahead and trap us now. Oh man, what if they have Force of Air? That'd be so devastating. Yeah, they're just going to play the dude. He comes in. It's only when this creature, so this does not benefit other creatures. So one way to look at it, like, and I've played a lot of initiative over the years, like, this is the second best, this is the third best. The Dungeoneer is by far the best. Okay, so I'm just going to block here and sacrifice. Wait, block. Okay, now we can sacrifice. I'm going to go black, sacrifice, dude. And I do not have a second one. I thought about putting a second one in, but I don't like it. Okay, now they're going to cast. Oh, Endurance. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good because that shuts off a lot of what our deck can do here. Yeah, so I just have to let that happen. I am going to go ahead and fetch end step, I think. I don't think we're going to win this. Like, they can block our creatures. I think the only... Yeah, I can't think of anything that would work here. They played an Ancient Tomb. Okay. Just to... yeah, I think they could have waited a turn, but... yeah, I think we fetch to thin here. I'm just going to get a Bayou here. All right, so we have a lot of okay draws, but I don't think we have any draws that are going to save us from this point. We're going to make these big, and they can, like, tango a little bit. Like, actually, maybe, like, another Urza Saga would be the best thing we could find. Oh, wait, Shadow Spear gives us trample if we go get that. I think that's what we need to do. Instead of getting the Mox. We drew a Mox. That's actually okay. I'm going to go like this. I'll go ahead and tap this. Okay, so this searches. Shadow Spear. Now I'm going to play this out. Dropping this. We can equip. It's pretty good. They could double block, which would be Desperation, which I would love. And then what I can do is I can move the other Shadow Spear over to the other one. Wow, are we going to be able to win this? Maybe. I don't think we're going to be able to, but like, I forgot I had Shadow Spear. This card is sick. Yeah, they have exactly enough to kill him while losing both creatures in the process and protecting the initiative. If they do that, though, they're going to lose. I don't think that's the correct play. That will reduce the power of our construct, but we can just jump for another turn cycle. And we always have, like, we had 3 creatures by wasting this, and we don't need the land at this point. We don't need to go after their land. What a freaking card, Shadow Spear. I've always kind of like thought this was a meh card. Like, I think Lava Spur is way better, but in the context of this deck, Shadow Spear is head and shoulders above Lava Spur. Step upside and let the construct through. Oh my goodness. That is such a swing in life total. I don't know how they get out of this. Okay, they are going to block. They're double blocking. They get to keep the initiative at a very high price. We gain a bunch of life. They take out one of our constructs. I'm going to go ahead and just boom, boom, equip. And we've got a 6/6 trample lifelink. We've got a chump block for next turn, which I think we probably take. Got a bunch of flyers. They get the archive, so they get 2 cards here. They're going to need something amazing. If they get an initiative creature, they can go into the Throne of the Dead 3, though. That looks like that's what they're doing. 5 mana for something. Yeah, that's the Throne of the Dead 3. They may win this. They've already got all their basics, I think, so they're not going to get any... Yeah, oh man, Seasoned Dungeoneer is so good. Luckily, I don't think Undermountain is part of the party. But it's going to be huge, and it will be able to block our construct unless we can find another artifact, which I don't think we're going to be able to. It's extremely unlikely. In fact, I think it's impossible because we don't have... Like, the best draw in our deck absolutely would be like Life from the Loam or something that can find Life from the Loam. Oh, they got that instead? Okay. 8/6. So freaking huge. Yeah, so like they can attack with this. I don't think they should. I think they should just kick it. They failed to find land. Okay, so we do know that they're all in on initiative. Like their deck is just a straight up initiative deck, which tells me they probably don't have a lot of other interaction. Okay, they're just going to hold the initiative and try to go through the dungeon again, I guess. This is going to do so much damage. How does this help us? I don't think this helps us at all. Because Wasteland doesn't help. It gets the Urza's Saga back, but that's like a longer game type thing. I think it's probably fine, though. So we tap Hatchery. Tap this. They're going to come in for a lot. They can also cast stuff off the top of their deck. This is going to get out of hand very quickly. Black, green. Yeah, I don't think there's any benefit to like debuffing one of their creatures. We don't have good attacks this turn. The Urza's Saga back. Nothing wrong with gaining life, since we're almost certainly going to take a ton here. And they can potentially advance the initiative to trap in time to kill us. So Urza's Saga is the card we want back. Our land drop for turn, since we're limited to one land drop. These have trample. We could surprise them with the hatchery tokens. I think that's totally fine. I don't want them to like find fury. Yeah. And then starting next turn, if they don't kill us, we're going to have a lot of constructs coming. And we'll just take the initiative with one of these. And then we're going to be very defensive. It's scary. This is scary time because they are able to cast the card they find off this. But if they attack with this, I'm like, they're going to bulk this up. Yeah. Damn. So they are going to hit us for like 15 here. This is trample damage. I can't stop. I will stop this. But they're going to flip 2 cards. Are they holding this back? Please hold that back. Please hold that back. My goodness, that would be so good for us if you hold that back. They're too smart. Okay. This, they don't even need to hold. Well, they would just, it would die. Okay, so I'm going to let all this through. What do they find? Cavernous Holes. And then the other trigger. Undermountain Adventure. They are going to be able to trap us. Let's think about this. So if we take all this is 15, then we die to trap. So I do have to throw this in front of this. Wait a second. Let me think about this. So it's 15 damage. If we threw 2 of these in front of it, we could actually survive a 1 without losing this. I think that actually is the play. Unless I'm missing something here. Because then we can take the initiative. And we can hit them for a ton. And we got a blocker for next turn. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. I do want to keep this around, though, for sure. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. If I trade with this, though, and then we create another blocker for next turn, and we take the initiative from them. No, wait, they're not going to get trap immediately. They don't get it till next turn, because they already have the initiative. I think I just block here. Take 7. And then I could just attack with one of these and have a suited up one to block their next. Yeah, it sucks, but I think it's correct. I'll gain 6 life. Okay. They didn't have like a Force of Vigor or something to blow me out. This is a great game. I'm having a great time. So I have it on a mana. I could probably actually equip one of these so I could gain 2 life when I attack. They're doing a lot of damage to themselves here. They can add 6 mana with this guy. Okay. I think like you don't tap the Ancient Tomb and you just tap this guy. So now they trap us. I think we're doing okay. We're going to take the initiative. We'll get another basic out of our deck, which will help if we manage to draw our final Mox. What is this? They have another initiative, dude? Like if I can somehow beat them going through the dungeon twice, that'd be incredible. Simian Spirit Guide. Okay. They have a lot of material on table. All right. And they're done. They've got 1 card in hand, but they get a free card off this. Scary. All right, let's see what we rip. Crop rotation. What does this do? I think the answer is it doesn't do anything. Let's think about this. It can go get another Urza's Saga, which is not bad. So, but we'll just do that later. See, we've got 1, 2. So we're definitely going to make the dude. Let's do that. So I wanted to be able to equip this and then also equip the other guy, but I don't think I can do both. I think we do want to equip this to max the size just in case they're able to buff that. Oh, wait, I get a land. Did I already play a land? No. Okay, so I'm just going to go get a land with my... Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, equip. And then I have 1, 2 to equip, but I need to be able to crop rot in the end step. I want to crop rot one of these. And I'll just hold the forest so I can pitch. Mox Diamond is not an XL, right? Yeah, that'll buff the guys further. So I'm going to go ahead and just attack for 1. This will give me the initiative, gives me the forest, takes the initiative from them so they don't immediately get a card. I hope I did the math right, which by that I mean like, I hope I... Yeah, Swamp is the card that we can discard. Forest is better if they Blood Moon us, but if they Blood Moon us, the game's probably over. Huh, actually, like, Blood Mooning us would be not smart because we have this. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just equip here. This way we gain a bunch of life. If they can clear this, it's definitely bad. But these are going to be huge. They have a white man. I think they're going to plow our dude. But that doesn't necessarily mean we're dead because only one of these has trample. But, like, how are we going to come back? I don't know that we do. I think this is Dungeoneer. Yeah. Dungeoneer doesn't target anything here, though. They get the initiative back. They probably could have waited and attacked first to get the initiative. Like, that's one of the things. You always want to get the initiative back first and then go even deeper with the second one. Do they have us dead? I don't think they do. I think I just take everything and then swing with a giant construct and my dudes in the air. And the construct will be quite large. We'll get the initiative, which will forge one of our dudes. This can block up to 4 if they hold... Man, this is a freaking game. Next turn we have just... Yeah, we have 2 constructs next turn. I think we have the mana for that. Please do a conservative attack. Actually, I want them to attack with everything. I've noticed my heartbeat has increased because I'm like really dialed in trying to like figure out, okay, how are we doing this? So this chumps here for sure. Then we take 7. Is this? What is this target? Oh, it is a warrior. That's not good. Let's see what they flip here. We're going to definitely take more than normal. Oh, this is targeting this? I think we might be dead. I didn't realize. Yeah, they chose the right creature to target here. So if we just take this, it's 13 and that's death. So we do need to... We could double block and then... Yeah, I think we just need to trade with this thing. Gosh. But that does mean we're not going to be able to hit and gain life next turn. What was the exile card? Archon of Myria? That doesn't do a lot. This is pro creature. I think they probably just threaded the needle. I'm just thinking a little bit here. Yeah, I'm going to block this. The fact that it just keeps giving them new cards every turn. So we'll just gain a bunch of life here. Unfortunately, we do lose our construct. And along with it, our counterstrike. They're about to throne as well. Okay, they're casting something big. Petal. Okay, they don't have... But again, they have throne next turn. And this will get through. I'm just trying to think like from 10. And now we're going to have to use like all of our... I'm going to go ahead and... I do need to make it... So we loam, we can play all 3. We actually go up on mana doing this. This is kind of like a ritual effect. Stage doesn't do anything here. Hatchery does damage to us. Now, then I'm going to attack for 1 in the air. I could buff this and that'll do more damage. Yeah, I do think I buff this and I just hope they can't remove. 6 minutes. I'll be stunned if I can win this game. We are going to forge. We just have to survive 1 more turn and then trap kills them. All right, we got tons of chumpers. They get that throne. Are they playing any removal in their deck at all? That's really the question here. This thing is huge. 9/9. They're dead. Definitely to trap. We could also swing over with these if these are still alive. We have 1 more construct that we can make. That'll actually buff this to 10/10. I'm not doing that right now because I want to like make the game board a little more confusing for my opponent as they try to navigate this. They don't get the throne until after combat. Okay, so they're doing this because they don't want to give me the ability to gain life, which makes perfect sense. Okay, Cavernous Holes. I can't block. We take a bunch. So they get... Man, this is a crazy game. If they don't get rid of one of these tokens, then we just have them dead because we just attack and we get trap. They have to find something that gains them life or somehow clears one of these tokens. This is one of the most epic games I've played all week. And I played a lot of games this week. My opponent has played extremely well. This is still that same game where I cleared the Blood Moon. This is game 2. Both of us have used a ton of clock, just like thinking, like, oh, wow, that's great. That's a super powerful card. Oh my goodness, I can't even make the construct now. Okay, I think they did win. I think they won. I can't move the Shadow Spear. That was like just chef's kiss, like incredible card that they could find. Okay, I'm just going to see what I draw here. Smallpox. Smallpox actually might be good. So let's go ahead and boom, boom, put all these on the stack. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a dude. Yeah, I guess I'll just do it like this. Wait, I need to keep Smallpox up just for the last damage. Wait, can I keep small? I don't actually have a second black source. We've already drawn. We're not going to be able to cast Smallpox, unfortunately. I'm just going to create the dude. All right. Make them think about it, but they've definitely got +F6 here. I mean, they can just throw enough stuff in front of this that they don't lose. They will lose the initiative, but they're going to still have enough life. Oh, wait. If they screw up, we go get a swamp, and then we can Smallpox and get the last damage. So they should block 2 of these, but if they like throw a bunch of stuff in front of this, like they have 2 blockers in the air. I just want them to get complacent here. No, we don't get the swamp because we're taking the initiative back and we're getting trapped. So they've got this game. I'm just getting a little clock back. I've got 4 minutes to win this next one. My deck is not fast at all. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I think what it's going to be is like a turbo, take the initiative from them and use it against them. Yeah, they were smart. They will survive. We gain a bunch of life. They lose a bunch of stuff, but I don't think it's enough. We trap them to 1. Can they kill me this turn? I think they probably can. I'm just going to F6 and pass. I could have equipped this, actually. That was a punt. I should have equipped this. If I lose because they had exactly... No, I can't equip because of Clarion. So I couldn't have done anything there. I'm just going to make them think for a little bit, get a little more clock back. If I'd had the black mana for Smallpox, but alas. I think I sacked this earlier. They definitely have lethal here. They're just attacking for 1. They get the initiative back. They get the search. Fail to find. Probably another initiative dude to forge. Okay, endurance. Quite good. Blocks my flyers. Oh, if I draw a black source, I can just win. I'm going to go ahead and make this. I didn't draw the black source. Yeah, black source would have done it. They have 2 flyers and an endurance. There's no way I'm winning. I guess I could have attacked and done some damage here. You know, I'm just going to concede. I think I'm probably giving up almost as much time as they are, and I don't think they're going to be the ones that run out of time. I think it's me. Okay, so I think Force does come in. Just because the game's so short and they may go all in. My opponent said that was a great game, and I agree. I think we cut... I mean, it's possible that Thoughtseize is actually really good here, because we just need to punch a hole through whatever... Well, they said they're playing for the trophy. Well, I'm going to do my best to stop you from getting the trophy, but I'm cheering for you, even though I'm kind of like against you, if that makes sense. I don't think that makes sense. Gosh, 2 minutes on the clock. Smallpox does damage. It was exceptional in the first game. I think crop rotation can come out. I know we just brought in, so let's see how many green cards we got. 4. I think that's enough. Yeah, because crop rotation, what are we going to get? We keep 1. I think it's probably better to keep a fatal push. I mean, crop rotation can get our hatchery. That is a path to early victory. Maybe we do want to keep 1. Like, we need to be on the aggro. We're going to clear with Thoughtseize, and then we're going to try to... Okay, so we've got 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Let's do this quickly. This is a keep. I'm not going to think too much about it. This is exploration into fetch. And then next turn, we can start waste locking them if they kept a greedy hand. We don't have a lot of time to waste lock them. Once. I can't F6 because they could have Blood Moon here. Chalice would actually be great if they decided Chalice because I can blow it up with Witherbloom. They got City. So here comes a big turn 1 play. Ancient Tomb. Okay, never mind. I am going to go ahead and just get these Surveillant here. I'm playing to win here. That is going to go in the graveyard because we can get it back. Thoughtseize would be great. Mox Diamond is even better. So yeah, I'm going to Mox Diamond. Wait, I can just double. Yeah, I'll just do like this. No, I want to waste them first. Block. I've been playing as fast as I can. I have nobody to blame but myself. All right, let's play this out. We'll discard one of these. I'm going to fetch, and I'm going to rumble. Looking for Loam. No, wait, we don't need Loam. We'll just take this other diamond. Still looking for action. F6 through my turn, F6 through their turn. They're at 4 minutes. It's possible they've run out of clock before me. It's unlikely, but I could get into like an F6 off. It's not an honorable way to get a W, but why are they taking so long? Like they shouldn't be. Okay, they're vigoring. Okay, they vigored in step. That's fine. Just to kill our exploration. I'm not worried about that. All right, so we're just going to waste them again. Just make efficient use of my mana. Since they have 3 basics in their deck, but they may not find it. Cavern, that'll get wasted, and then we'll just get Saga on. I don't think they have bursts of mana anymore. They could have a bunch of Elvish Spirit Guides. Actually, what I can do is I can just play this out. I think that's more important than wasting them here. Okay, do they have the Spirit? We just lost it by not wasting there. We can get this 1 minute, 22 seconds. Just need to create some constructs, hit in. Chalice is fine. Oh no, they have freaking, that's fine actually, because I have Blood Moon. My heart is racing. Leave me alone, please. I'm in the middle of something very intense. Please, kids, just leave the cat alone. They have a blocker. I'm still coming in. I'll Witherbloom you for lead. Come on. I could have, if I had more clock, I could have Loam there. They don't have to block. Oh my goodness, 3 seconds on the clock. Insane! Insane game! I'm going to apologize to my opponent for killing their trophy. They are probably really upset right now. I've been there. But I can't just let them win. Oh my goodness. That was absolutely insane. That's one of the closest matches I've played in my life. Holy cow. Everybody, tell your friends about this insane match. Look at the clocks. I had to click a lot of stuff. I hope you'll agree I'm getting a little bit faster at clicking. But wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Everything was perfect. Exact amount of damage. There's no way we get to pass to another combat. If I had to do that. And if I hadn't done that, I probably could have just F6, and then attacked again. Wow. Even the little things in the heat of the moment, I chose, okay, let's minus this instead of having, almost always a mill, but then that's an extra step. So I clicked to optimize. I could have easily screwed this up. Wow. Oh my goodness. My opponent's got to be so upset. I have yet to trophy with initiative. It's a really strong deck, but wow. See you in round 3. All right, round 3. I didn't even take a break. I should have taken a break. My goodness, my heart's still racing. Magic is the most exhilarating thing you do, basically. For me, I don't know. And in paper, it's not as intense because you don't have the chess clocks. Yeah. I don't know. Something about playing an MTGO. I cannot recommend it highly enough. So this is probably just a mortuary here. This conceals information. Yeah. I'm going to bin lands. I'm going to keep that. That might be good because our opponent might Tomio or something. I have no idea what they're on. They've got Emrakul as their thing. This could be Sneak and Show. But being able to blow up one of their lands is probably good if they're going to play a bunch of basics. Yes! Okay. Please don't have the freaking Brainstorm. They always have the Brainstorm. All right. So I'm just going to go for this. And if they flipper, then I Witherbloom next turn. That's fine. Black, black. Here comes the Brainstorm. They always have it. They always have the freaking brainstorm. My goodness. How often does somebody not have the brainstorm when they have the Tamio? The odds are 16%. 16% that you have both the cards in your opener. And yet it seems like they always have it. I don't know. It's just some sort of bias. Some sort of cognitive bias. I'm not salty about them having it because I have it all the time. You know, it just sucks that, okay, so what are we binning here? We're binning the Loam. I can just regrow it. I need cards in my graveyard anyway for next turn. And I'm going to bin this. And they're going to bin a land and a card. But they have an active Tamio. So now what we have to do is next turn, I think we just Wither Bloom it immediately before they can get value out of it. Because this is not value right now. But if they have like a force, it's so tilting. Because I put 4 of these in here. 4! Okay, Thunder Trap Trainer, that's great. Don't find a force. Do not find a force off this. They found a Ponder. Okay, hopefully they don't have a force. I do want to get this back. Okay, and I found a land for... I mean, I had a land anyway on this. I am going to go get a forest out of respect for Back to Basics in case they're playing it, because it looks like they're playing like a control-y build. Forest is pretty important here. Black, green, Witherbloom, please resolve. Please give me that 0 value Tamio. No clues or anything. Is there any justice in this world? Okay, there is justice. Okay, and we'll just... I think Hatchery's probably actually better here than... We've already got Urza Saga. But actually, I think I'm going to get the Catacombs. I can just cast all this stuff next turn. Okay, so now we're looking at like basically like effectively an 8-card hand is one way to look at it. Like if they play a non-basic, I'm just going to waste it. But something tells me on there on just like straight Jeskai Wizards. I'm so glad there's justice in the world, and my opponent is missing a land drop, it looks like, unless they're just one of those post-combat land drop players. All right, they are not. So let's not loam. Okay, we draw just like a card we don't need. I'm going to play Urza Saga here. They are unfortunately likely on... Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do this now. Let's get back. Hatchery, Saga. I'm just going to get this back. Mortuary entering tapped. Sucks. And we've got a 7-card grip. Can't even be Thoughtseize. And we've got our Saga cooking. Again, they quite likely have Dress Down in their deck. This is annoying. Like, this is why I don't play Ghost Quarter. I said during the deck tech, don't bother with the Ghost Quarter. You get in matchups like this, no amount of Ghost Quartering is going to save you here. Don't Blood Moon me. 4th? Okay, that's annoying, but it's not the end of the game. Yeah, we can... Like, Shadow Spear is not in our deck right now, but it'll be post-board. I'll probably bring it in. I don't think that Spell Bomb is necessary in this matchup. Okay, so I'm not going to Loam. I've already got plenty of lands. Yeah. I think we could play Urza Saga number 2. Then we make a dude, and next turn, we're not going to be able to make a dude, so we'll skip a dude, but we will get an extra dude. Wait, next turn, we make a dude, we play a land drop. Yeah, I think we can actually, because we'll get a Mox. Okay, unless I'm doing this wrong. So I'm just going to chill and let them do their very rude dress down play. So we know they have Ponder. Did they use the Ponder? Yeah, I think they did. But they have 2 cards in hand. So I'm not going to block if they want to attack. I think they can attack if they want. No point in the blocking here. I'm going to have 2 constructs next turn. So the tide will start to turn, assuming they don't have a sweeper. But like there's that wizard card that sucks that Wizards players play, Flame of Anor. It's a crappy card. Frankly, it's terrible. In the meta. No, I forgot to freaking make the dude. Do I want to shame concede? Oh my goodness. I need to tighten up. Yeah, I'll just... I'm not going to shame concede. Let's see what we draw here. Crop rotation actually... Okay. So let's go ahead and make our dude because I played so tight last game and now I'm not playing tight at all, am I? Okay, so there's the dude that I should have made last turn. And like we would have been able to attack and take the the monarchy. Like it is super consequential that I screwed up the way that I did. Okay. So this will discard one of these. Okay, and now it can make dudes to make a long way to dude. I should have played the hatchery there. Yeah, there was no reason to do what I did there. I can't even attack. I threw this game away. I don't see us coming back, but maybe we come back. We'd have to get really lucky. They may flame now. We're not beating that because they blow up our mocks. We create another dude, but it doesn't matter. I think that they were going to be able to flame anyway, so my punt was not consequential. Okay. Let's talk about what comes in here. Shadow Spear comes in the place of Nile Spell Bomb. I don't think Force of Vigor is good here. Shieldred's Edict is pretty good. Cropper, like we can take out the Bojuka Bog. We can take out 2 of the crop rotations. We don't really want to play these against, well, I'll just take on 1. Yeah, I mean, this can theoretically needle Tamio, but like, frankly, if you're like searching to go get needle for Tamio, you're losing. And this can easily be blown up. Yeah, I don't like it here. I mean, this is really like an anti-Carnforge card, anti-One Ring card. Let's do this. Because like I'm always going to want to get like a Mox Diamond or something that moves the game forward. This doesn't move the game forward. We've got 4 Wither Blooms. Let's rely on those to take care of Tommy, shall we? But I am hardened that my punt wouldn't have cost me to lose the game because I would have lost it anyway. All right. This is pretty good. Pretty good. I think we Mox, pitch this, play this, Thoughtseize. Then we have Exploration up. We don't have a green source if we don't play this. Yeah, I'm going to keep this, though, on the strength of Mox Diamond, Hatchery. If they play out a turn 1 creature, that's great. We'll just take their counter magic. I'm going to go ahead and Thoughtseize before I play the Mox. I love Hatchery. This card has just like totally reignited my interest in lands-based strategies. Yeah, that's not a super effectual hand against us. That's great. I am going to go ahead and... I mean, they could draw like a force and screw this up. I think it's... Do I want to wait a turn? Because I could... Urza Saga. Yeah, I'm going to wait a turn. I mean, no. I'm going to go ahead and play out an Exploration. This is mana efficient. And they're going to know we don't have a second land. But if we find... Yeah, and their hand is Ponder and a bunch of plows that don't do anything against our deck until later. They might Surveil here, which would be Desperation, which I would love. No, they're just Disciplined. They're just going to Island Ponder here. It is certainly tempting to just Smallpox here, but that like really reduces our land. Like we have about 27 lands in our deck right now. Hopefully we draw one. Okay, that's a good one. So what we can do, Exploration. Then we have nothing in hand. We blow up their land. We get 2 dudes. It would be nice to like wait around, but they're not going to have blue after this. If they want to plow these tokens, they're welcome to. I don't think they will. So we're hellbent. They pitched a plow. So they have 2 plows, 1 plains, 3 unknowns. Okay, plains is out. I'm going to start beating them. Oh my goodness, this is so insane. Please resolve. My goodness, this would be so good. If it doesn't resolve, like if they have force negation, I'll just cry. Oh my goodness. Well, let's play out our cards. Yeah, that's we're kind of favored here. And they can plow like our constructs, but we're going to keep putting them out. Next turn, I'll definitely loam and try to hit lands. Oh, what a lucky top deck. We need all the luck we can. I think this is a pretty bad matchup. Like any matchup where your opponent's playing a ton of basic lands is a bad matchup. Bitter Blossom myself. I don't think roll is going to be the issue, but we do have like giant 4th Aerolingus to worry about later. Come on, put 3 lands in there. 2 lands is not bad. I'm just going to go ahead and boom, boom. Our Cavern and our Boseiju. Okay. Now I'm just going to play these out. I don't think there's a situation where... I mean, this could come up in combat. I'm going to go ahead and attack first. Oh, wait. This is legendary. I can't play it out. Good thing I like slowed down to read the card. Okay. And now, like, even if they Blood Moon, which they shouldn't do because Urza Saga's on 2, It's not the end of the world. I can't hit my own land. I just want to make that observation verbally so don't try to in a minute. Okay, Lorien. Sure. That Small Pox was really good. They know we have the Beseju. What is it? Wrath for 1. Pretty devastating. That kills literally everything on the table. No point in making a dude. So what I'll do is I'm going to let that happen. And then I'll just surveil. Yeah, that's devastating. And yeah, this is yet another reason why we're unfavored in this matchup. They have access to cards like that. White decks, you just don't want to face them with lands. And we're seeing it play out. I'm going to do my best. I mean, it would be insane to trophy. I don't think I can grind through 3 more rounds like this. Witherbloom, better than average draw. Yeah, I'm going to keep it just in... No, because I have to loam. I shouldn't have done that because I do want to loam. Yeah, I should have been that. Yeah, there's no... Well, let's see. Yeah, we do need a loam to get back at Urza Saga. By the way, they're pretty far away from Mystic Sanctuary. We could draw this and just get the Urza Saga back and do 2 damage in the process and mill. I think that's actually probably okay. Because we do 2 damage, we gain 2 life. Yeah, I'm going to do that. But if I loam, I'm like guaranteed getting... Yeah, I think it's better to just loam. I may not find a 3rd land. I did. Wasteland. It's not a great land in this con. Green, black. Let's loam. 1, 2. I don't think Wasteland's good, but yeah, I think we need to get Catacombs just in case they have like a Blood Moon type effect. Please don't force this. Okay, it worked. So now I'll just play this out. But now we're kind of like in the breach. If they do find like a Blood Moon, back to basics is not that big of a deal because we can just... Actually, yeah, Blood Moon I just tap, float. So it shouldn't be an issue. I'm not sure what they have up, but they have something up. I'm trying to think of what it could be. Yeah, I'll do this again. It is safer in my hand. I think we just play the 2nd Saga here, and we just... To the heavens that there are not any more Wraths. If they Wrath, we do have Loam for next turn. Do we want to just Loam now? I think it's fine. Yeah, I'll just get 2 cards here in case they clear our graveyard. Like the Loam has already done plenty of damage. They didn't have any play. I think it's quite likely that they have the fetch. I think they're just going to blow this stuff up now. What are they doing? Why now? They just want to telegraph that they have the card. Let's go get Shadow Spear, which will get blown up. Mox is not useful here. Now, I think we could go ahead and play this out because we can make another dude. Let's go ahead and just... I'm going to just attack. I think they're just going to blow stuff up. But I don't want to skip a construct just to... Oh, they're just plowing it? That's fine. I'll take the life. Yeah, we still have Beseju up in case of absolute emergency. So they're going to come in, create a clue. Fine and good. They have so much mana, it's crazy. I think it's highly likely they... What? Oh my gosh. Goosebumps. So let's go ahead and black. So here, hear me out. We can waste this and get a ton of creatures to finish off. They somehow clear our board. I think, do I want to equip here or do I just want to double attack? I think we just double attack. I'm not worried about my life total. I think if they Wrath, it's just not good enough because, but if they flash in a dude, well, yeah, I think I'm just going to do this and then I can create a dude. If they don't have exactly Wrath, I could do a lot. But I think this is probably like Snapcaster Plow. Plow. It's going to take 4. All right, that's the deal. And we have both of those things. We have the 6 dudes and we have the other construct here. Teferi would be a beating because that would give them instant speed, which would surely beat us. Oh my goodness, this is such a horrible matchup. My goodness, look at this. They've got like our Wasteland deck, our dedicated land destruction deck, and they've got 7 lands out. Don't flip her, please. Snapcaster Mage, can't stop that. They're going to Wrath us. Freaking heck. Yes, you get to Wrath us. You're going to 7. Now all I need is like a Small Pox or a Witherbloom command. And I can just equip the... No, wait, I want to have the Shadow Spear. They're definitely going to blow up the Shadow Spear as well. They flip her. Okay, so she's not going to die. And this actually means that my freaking offensive doesn't do anything either. Wait, oh, did they not already draw? They are going to Wrath X equals 1. They're going to kill their Tamio. This is fine. There's nothing I can do about this. Devastating. Wait, why didn't they kill this? Oh, they didn't kill my Shadow Spear. Okay. They just added the energy, but they didn't end up using it. They're tapped out. I don't have to cast anything. Like, they would need to have like a Solitude or something to win here. Another Hatchery. I think it's better to just play Saga here. All right, and we're going to attack for Xaxes. Your bag of tricks did not get you out of this one, Jeskai Control. It's a moral victory to take even one game against basically the worst matchup in existence. Like, I was explicit. I didn't call this out during the deck tech, but like I was thinking about this earlier today. Like, this is the absolute nightmare matchup. How do you ever win this? Well, you get lucky. Basically, we got very, 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 very lucky. I do think we still need Thoughtseize here. Shieldred's Edict feels fine. Oh my goodness. Wrath is such a beating. They Wrath twice and we still won. That shows the resilience of the deck. And there's no way we would have won if we were on the old school like Merit Lage plan. Like, that is done. Like, I just don't think that works anymore. I want to shout out Crucible of Words for playing like Turbo. They were playing like Turbo Depths. And like, I just think that Merit Lage is done. Like, I've never liked the card. I've always thought it was super brittle and super janky that you had to play all these lands. And now just like watching it get K commanded over and over, watching it get Brazen Borrower bounced, Prismatic Ending, Teferied, like literally everything kills it. It doesn't matter that it's an indestructible. If you're up against a white deck, they are going to destroy you. If you're up against a colorless deck, they are going to destroy you. Okay, so I'll stop rambling here, but I just wanted to share those thoughts. I think we keep it the exact same. Witherbloom is a house in this matchup. This is a Smallpox hand with Rumble, double Witherblooms. This is a snap keep. I'm going to open with the Mortuary. Am I? I could put a charge on this. We'll see what they do. But this is a snap keep. They mulled a 5. They got the fear. They got the fear of our brew. They're like, what the hell is my opponent playing? What ungodly mess is this? How do you win through 2 Wrath when you're a freaking Urza Saga deck? Okay. I mean, yeah, I think I just Mortuary here. Let's dig to a Loam. Yeah, I don't need it. Hopefully they play out the Tamio and they don't have the Force. They may have mulled aggressively trying to find a Force because they're deathly afraid of Smallpox. Okay, so I don't think this is the moment where... Oh, Scoob. I think the play here... We Smallpox. They have to discard a card. They lose a land. I think it's worth it. And then we just... Yeah, because I don't want to Loam now. That would be kind of silly. And I can also bin the Loam. And then even if they like somehow get rid of the Loam, it's not that bad for me. They're fetching... They probably have Spell Pierce here, which is okay. But you would have to have a way to counter this. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to take a land out of your deck. Because it just... Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so we both discard. I'm going to put this card that I don't mind being in my graveyard into my graveyard. I'm going to sacrifice this land that I don't mind sacrificing. Get a dude. This is a little dude that could. We'll see if he gets there from 18 life. Surgical on the Loam, paying 2 life. Yeah, that's fine. Again, I've got Witherblooms. Yeah. I mean, that like really puts a dent in what I'm trying to do here. But they're at 3 cards. They have no permanence. One of those cards in hand is an island. Okay. Best draw in our deck is probably just another... I mean, like, I actually have to Rumble first. Rumble gets a lot worse when you... Like we just need to find Saga and start constructing them. They only have 1 blue source. They shuffle. Maybe they don't find a land. I can't imagine them mulling to 3. But they may... be following the Be Excellent guide because I totally coined it. I'm totally the first person that ever had this observation. And that is just stop the Loam against land decks and you'll be okay. There's the Urza Saga we want. Let's take it. That'll come down next turn. I'm going to hit for 1. And if they cannot find the card in time, we are in extremely good shape. I love this deck. This feels great. Like, it felt so janky, And I had to tweak the heck out of it, but it's starting to feel like an actual deck. Okay, that's fine. Please be brainstorm locked. Oh my goodness. Sometimes my opponents do get brainstorm locked, but usually it's just me getting brainstorm locked. They found the prismatic ending Vista. That's a great card for them to find here. So they're going to have access to white now. Doubling up on our sagas. I'm just going to swing in. I think I am going to go in Witherbloom just to steal some life because I'm not going to be able to use my saga this turn. Oh, or I could Rumble. Maybe Rumble's better than Witherbloom because they may put out like a target. Yeah, I'm willing to believe that that's... And then if I find another Rumble, I could actually do it a second time. Mox Diamond, is that good? It does buff our dude though. Yeah, I think I'd do that and I just bin the... Yeah. Because like we have to live in a world where they don't find the freaking card. I'll bin that. And now I can just go ahead and be mana efficient. I hope they don't have like another... Well, actually, I'm fine if they have surgical. Spell Pierce is off because of my spawns. I think we get a hatchery. That is a nice insurance policy. And then next turn, like, assuming they don't play out something, we could potentially get back a Wasteland and waste our own hatchery later. Because I don't think our opponent... Like, if they're playing any non-basics, they haven't shown them to me. 3 mana. So this could be Wrath. But they would... Yeah, they should wait until next turn to Wrath. If that's what they're... I will play out Hatchery next turn instead of Urza Saga because I don't want to just get completely destroyed by Wrath. Wrath is just like... It's such a strong card here. And that may have been what they were mulling for. We still don't know. So I'll play a Hatchery. I think I just come in for 1. If they have Wrath, they have Wrath, and maybe I do want to just Witherbloom and drain them, just get them low in life. They're going to have to do Prismatic Vista as well. I do want to get that card back. It sucks because they could have like Tamio coming. Like, I want to be mana efficient, and I've got exactly enough mana to drain them and to get back my Wasteland for next turn. Okay. So I'll just wait to the end step. No reason to take any actions here. Blood Moon would not actually be very good at all. I kind of hope they do that. Okay, and now, of course, that I've used all my Witherblooms, now they're playing that out. Okay, well, we are going to attempt to hit them here. And now, let's see what we draw for turn. Oh, that's great. Create our dude. The Shadow Spear. Now I'm going to play at the Wasteland just in case they Wrath. They have every incentive to Wrath here. They are going to do something here. Plow. That's okay. So this doesn't get equipped. We can still equip and just gain 1 life. Is that what we want to do though? I mean, these spawn tokens probably aren't doing anything. They're probably just going to get Wrath. I kind of think that's fine. Like, when am I going to use these? They're not good against them. They actually... Yeah, I'm just going to do this. I don't think it matters. They're just going to block. Next turn, I'm just going to move it back. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Just get the life while I can. I don't know. I'm not sure that that was the correct play. Maybe this gets them to like respond by plowing it. They are very low in life. Okay, please make a move on our dude. Please make a move on our dude. Yes! That's so good for us. Our opponent just threw away a ton of value there. All right, so now we're just going to pass. They can swing in. We can create a bunch of dudes, but these don't do anything if Tamio flips. We are really just hoping to get lucky here. Next turn, we can play out another Saga. Please don't flip Tamio. I'd rather them flip Tamio than Wrath. But they can't really do both. Also, if they Wrath, they lose that clue. Okay. So, what kind of gamer do I want to be? I think I want to be a pressure gamer here. And I do want to hit this. But why the rush? I think I'm just going to play the Urza Saga equip here. I'm going to keep the pressure on him. It seems so counterintuitive wastelanding yourself. They are low on life. Seiju. So I'm going to play this out. Do I want to equip one of these? I don't care about the lifelink. They could, in theory... I think they may have like a Snapcaster Mage or something like that. Yeah, I'm just going to equip one of these in the air. They don't have red for the big scary spell. Okay, yeah. And this is precisely like I suspected. Looks like they're going to plow. Are they going to plow my insect? Because then I'll just re-equip to the construct. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I still have the mana. I'm just going to equip here. I can't believe I'm still in this game. All right, take 4, unless you want to. If you want to absorb 1 damage, you can do that. They're at 3. We have nothing going on at the Wrath. We have absolutely nothing going on. We have another Urza Saga like 2 turns from now. We will have like very tiny constructs. But they have to like the best thing they could do would be flip and then Wrath for 1. That would be insane. This deck is so intimidating to play against because it's just like the best fair deck. The best control deck, I guess. Like, I don't actually believe that's true. Okay, now they've tapped out a Wrath. They could still like play like a Tundra or a Plains and then still Wrath. They shouldn't come in for a hug. They're actually dead either way, unless they have yet another plow. All right, so I think the play here is don't show them that we have the Saga. Just come in. We can make a dude. This should make it lethal. Wow, it worked. Unbelievable. We beat the nightmare matchup, like the literal worst matchup we can have. We're doing so well and we're so freaking lucky. See you in round 4. All right, round 4. We're up against a likely big mana gamer. On the draw, self-proclaimed card game addict, self-professed. I'm going to keep this. There's a double Wasteland hand. Let's hope they're on like freaking Planar Nexus. I can't stand big mana strategies. Oh, they're on. Okay, well, I'm going to waste that. I'm going to play Exploration, then I'm going to waste that. Ha ha! And if they're on mono white, this is lucky that we're getting any utility from these. Utility lands are letting you down, friend. Do not let your friends play utility lands. They suck. This card sucks. All right. I played with this like in the past thinking it was good, but no, what really happens is your opponents just wasteland you. So I think here we do want to get the Rumble on. Rumble in the jungle. We got our basics. And then we can waste. Can we put Loam in the yard? Spellbomb's not good here. We'll just take another Wasteland. All right. Please keep playing utility lands, folks. I just love it. I love wasting your utility lands. What did I just say about utility lands? We will eventually find a life from the Loam. I'm going to do a surveil here, but we are going to take this out. Don't play utility lands. All right. Let's Rumble here. I can only take a Seiju, but it's not the end of the world. This can actually blow up another utility land, but there's no way. Like, they have to be playing some plains. So let's go get a plains. They don't have lands. I think this might be just like an in-step crop rot for Urza Saga. That is what I'm feeling. This card is so good. Like, I'm sorry, but now we have a clock and it's pretty fast. Oh, we drew another one. We got movement all over the place. Let's play this out. Hold up the Seiju. I'm just going to pass. Yeah, they scooped utility lands. 3 utility lands in a row. I mean, technically, Witch Enchanter is not a utility land, and she's great. I love her. What do we think our opponent's on? Something that Tabernacle interacts well with. Shadow Spear is going to be better than Nile Spellbomb. I like to take out Bajuka Bog. This is functionally kind of like a colorless land is how I treat it because it's ETB tapped. It's 1 color. Shielded Edict and Fatal Pushes are probably better than Thoughtseizes against their likely aggro deck. All right. So we're like fully anti-creature. I feel very confident they're on a creature build because you don't play that utility land that they played, not the Caracas, but the other one. You wouldn't play that in a non-creature deck. They may be like mono white initiative. I'm so hyped. Like that. Like I have no business beating your monocolored deck. And yet you give me this window through Questionable deck building decisions. Okay, so this is pretty cool. I mean, turn one Smallpox blowing up their land and their dude and getting a thing. I've been like last game, like our hand just looked like it functionally did absolutely nothing, but it did exactly what we needed it to do. Oh, Ocelot Pride. Ocelot Pride is about to come down with the sickness. That's great. So my instinct is to just pitch this and we can get the exploration out for free. Next turn, we can just Boseiju, or we can Witherbloom this back and potentially get a Wasteland. What are we discarding? I'm actually tempted to discard this exploration, but I think it's actually really important. Like, I've never liked this card. I've always thought it was janky. But, and this isn't the original art. I need to get the original art. I think the original art's better than this. So I'm going to go ahead and go Boseiju, Exploration, Hatchery, Mox Diamond, discard this. I think Witherbloom probably isn't as good as Rumble from the perspective that Rumble can potentially find us a Loam. So, well, these see the same number of cards. I think we keep the Witherbloom just because we can guarantee get this back, even if we don't find anything good. So I'm going to discard the Rumble. I mean, I would love to keep all these, but I do think this exploration, once we find some acceleration, this exploration is going to be worth the card. It was free mana-wise to play it. Okay, so we get a dude. They have nothing on board. They're down to 4 cards in hand. If they play a utility land, maybe this reveals a Wasteland. A Plains, a very cool looking Plains from the Werewolf set. All right, so now I think we just Witherbloom, drain them, and then get Urza's Saga back. My opponent complimented my deck. And again, like, I hope you don't take this hostily card game addict. Like, I'm just trying to coach you. Like, I genuinely think that you play too many tech lands in your mono white deck. Anytime I criticize my opponent, I'm criticizing the deck, and I might criticize the deck builder, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this now. I'll just drain them. I would love to kill a creature, but I'm not going to wait around. Okay, and we did not find... I mean, we found another hatchery, but Urza's Saga's got to be the pick here. Play that out, and then I can just also play out the Surveil land, and I'll attack for 1, and I'll pass. So Felia would be pretty devastating if they find her. I'm hoping this flips a... I mean, the dream would be flipping a Loam into the yard. Okay, they had to pay the life there. That's good for us. So they do have Felia, I believe. That is the play that makes sense here. Felia kills one of our constructs, sadly. Like, Felia just completely keeps down our construct initiative. We can wait until they attack. They can't target lands, I don't believe. They can only target non-land, but they could target our Mox, and we wouldn't have the land to replace it. Because it's guaranteed, like, we do have the mana to leverage. I mean, when they blow up our Mox, it'll be bad. What is the best thing we could find that would be better than this? Obviously, if we find Loam, like, we're just completely on. I'm going to try to high roll in the Loam, because I do think they have Felia coming down here. And even if we find, like, a Malevolent Rumble that could find Loam, Shieldred's Edict is great, because we can kill Felia. Now, we can't do that and make a construct, but I'm okay with that. Felia is just too good. We have to kill her. And they don't have a Caracas out right now. So here's Felia. All right, Felia is being forced to fight in the arena with the crazy monsters. Poor dog. They can waste this. That is a pretty good play. Now we don't get any value from it. Halia is just warped, but she is the 3-drop, so she can come out next turn, potentially. They have the land. They gain a life. So they're on, like, just a straight-up warp deck. And I think this deck is very strong. But I think people get too cute and, like, they underestimate getting mana screwed in their one-color deck. Okay, that is nothing, basically. So we're really, like, in a pretty bad place. I actually think we hold this in case we draw, like, a Mox Diamond or something. That'll be more valuable than having this forced out. And also, it makes our opponent think, oh, do they have another card that can interact? Once she's out, like we just don't really have a way to compete. The Warp Girl. Yeah. She looks really cool, by the way. Like that thing looks terrifying. You definitely would not want someone like a glowing blade. So she gains a life. She doesn't have reach. She doesn't have any abilities other than like drawing cards when you... Unfortunately, we don't have a way to turn on Revolt. Yeah, sadly. I could just like block and then push her. I think that might actually be better because I don't want them to gain a bunch of life and start drawing cards. Then it becomes a card draw engine. Yeah, it sucks to do this, but like it is correct in my mind. So I'm going to just go ahead and do like after damage before they can cast anything. Do they have a blink? If they have a blink, I'll scoop. Rest in peace. That's not nice. But this is... I mean, it's definitely consequential because we're probably going to draw a Loam now. Ocelot Pride, okay. So Withered Bloom command is a really good draw here because we could blow that up and kill the... Yeah, we drew Loam. I think this is over. Like this cat will get out of hand really quickly. Okay. So this is not a good matchup. We only won the first one because they're playing too many utility lands. I don't think we make any changes. I don't like Thoughts using the aggro deck. I feel like just removing their threats is way more efficient. Tabernacle is good. If it's like a panic button. They are going to have a lot of lands. They could potentially keep stuff alive, though. I still think like if Tabernacle is good in any matchup, it's good against the Ocelot Pride. Any other changes we want to make? Like these are meh, but these do get us Tabernacle, and it's like during their upkeep or something, right before their upkeep. The options, I mean, this is very defensive. I feel like we have to be defensive, and we have to hope that they just draw a ton of utility lands. I mean, like we're basically banking on their deck construction as our means of victory. This is Tabernacle hand. I think we keep this. We just bin the Tabernacle. It doesn't do anything. And then we Saga. And then we can just play. Hope they don't have a Wasteland. If they have a Wasteland, we can just go get... I love Mox Diamond. I wish this card was not a reserve list card. I'm glad this is a reserve list card. Nobody should be playing this card. It's so annoying to play against. But I will partake in the annoyance. Yeah, I think we do open Urza Saga here. Obviously, we're not going to turn one Smallpox. That would not be smart. It is definitely a turn 2 play. All right. And now we have Crop Rot up in case we need it. And hopefully I'll get to do the Crop Rot trick where we Crop Rot with that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and Crop Rot and just get another one because this card is awesome. Yeah, let's just get another Urza Saga here. And then next turn we can create our first construct. Okay. And... I am definitely tapping this, so I'll keep this as a potential surveil later. Let's pass. So if they don't have another Wasteland, this is going to be doing a lot of damage. Which metal? Oh, shocked. Ocelot Pride. Okay. So I think we can go ahead and attack in, and we just give this a turn. Like, I don't think it makes sense to Smallpox here. Let's think. Can't Smallpox after combat if we use the ability. Let's think about this. Yeah, and if we do, we lose our dude. So I don't think we Smallpox yet. Let's see what we draw. Okay, so we have Mox Diamond, but if we Mox Diamond, we don't have anything else to get. So I do think it's correct here to make the dude. We can't equip. Just swing for like 5. Yeah, I'm going to do the dude. Do the dude. We'll get the Mox. Discard this. He's a 5/5. We'll come in for a hug. We've got a blocker. Like they're going to need to clear this. Velia clears it. Solitude clears it. If they manage to clear both of these, then we Smallpox and we're in a pretty strong position. I feel like we're definitely leaning into being on the play here in this very unfavorable matchup. There are favorable matchups, but this is not one of them. Unfortunately, they are going to have more than one cat. Okay, they gain a life. They get a cat. Can we outrun them? Well, with life or... I'll take both the Urza Sagas. They could be Wrath of the Skies, but like, I think what I do is I attack. They're probably going to... I have the Loam. I'm going to go ahead and do that so I can keep the Saga just in case. I don't think they take this damage. If they do, then I can just play out the cat and Smallpox, or play out the Tabernacle and Smallpox. Okay, now Smallpox is going to be very good. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. It sucks to like get rid of this dude, but And then I can just play the smallpox. So we'll discard this. We'll lose our 1 land. Now we play out this. They have 1 land, 5 cards in hand. Next turn, we're going to create a saga. Halia, okay, that's fine. They gain a life. Do they have anything else to do? No. So they only have 1 land. So I think we're going to win. Wow. That is good news for us. With Loam. Okay, this goes up to 2. I'm just going to go ahead and load. We need Tabernacle. I'm just worried that they wipe our graveyard later, and it'll be nice to have a Tabernacle. Okay, so now we can just play this out, and we definitely have double Saga next turn if they don't Wrath. If they Wrath, we lose literally everything. It's catastrophic. But they wouldn't be able to kill our Shadow Spirit at least? Okay. Wow, so they have Felia, I'm going to presume. Okay, and they scooped 4-0 with 2 very adverse matchups. I mean, I would argue like maybe 3. Maybe this deck is better than I'm giving it credit for, but like that felt pretty adverse. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's see what we can do with this trophy. I'm trying not to feel the pressure, but I'm feeling the pressure. Hope you're having fun. Final round. We're up against a likely big mana deck, which I'm good with. I often crop rotate for waste, and we have the life alone. This is a snap keep. Just hope they don't have like Force of Negation. I mean, my instinct is just go ahead and go get a land, and just go ahead and crop rotate, and then try to crop rot for Wasteland. And then once we have the Wasteland in, it'll be a turn. But like this produces 2 mana next turn, it's worth doing. The other option is to just Thoughtseize them, but I like this better. And what we're doing is we're filling up our graveyard with good lands, so we'll definitely have a good Loam. Please don't force this. Sometimes people play Force in these decks. Okay, that's great for us. Let's get our Wasteland. It's crazy having like 2 columns of land. And they always lead with like their big mana production, so maybe they don't have a good one. Okay, this is 2 for... Oh, don't name freaking Wasteland. Chalice for 1, that's not a big deal. All right. Well, that's unfortunate that we drew that right afterward, but... I'm just going to Mortuary, and then next turn I can Loam. We're going to be a few turns late. That's very good. I definitely want to keep that because I can do that instead of Loaming and blow up this, and then that unlocks my Exploration of my Thoughtseize. Please have a slow start. Please have a slow start. I don't want 1 ring yet. It's just a race. Legacy's just become a race to who can get 1 ring out. We have to play this. Unfortunately, I would like to blow that up, but it's better to Witherbloom it. Black, green, Witherbloom. Attempt to blow up your dude. Please don't force. They're thinking like they have a force. They have... Oh, what is this? They're going to name Wasteland? They have what's it called? Disruptor Flute. And they're going to name Wasteland, I think. I'm still going to get the Wasteland. I'll just... Oh, they're K-commanding my Wasteland. Yeah, that's fine. That's actually pretty good for me. They get to draw a card. Because I can just get a different land. I'm getting rid of the Chalice. I might get lucky and flip it another Wasteland. Holy guacamole. That's so lucky. All right. Come on, let that evil laugh out. I can't stand these big mana decks. Okay, here comes 1 ring. And unfortunately, the game just evolves from here. Oh, are they... Another Chalice? Yeah, sure. This is where the game gets very fun for me and not very fun for you. Let's go ahead and waste this one. Do you want to tap it? Okay, 3 mana. Okay, they're going after my Wasteland again, which is unfortunate. They had 2 of those in a row. So Wasteland's gone. I could still like Besage you, but I think they probably do have some lands in their deck that have a basic type, unless they're just on straight Carnforge. Again, I think that's unlikely. Unfortunately, we have to go to discard. I think we just discard a land. I don't think I jumped the gun there, wasting them. Like, we needed to get it in our graveyard so we could recur it. Okay, they don't have land. Do we want to Loam? I think I want an organic draw. I mean, I could Loam and get lucky and find a Wasteland, but I need to clear this and then Exploration. Mox Diamond. That's a good card. Let's go ahead and play it out. This. Now we're going to go... yeah, I'll just go like that. Seiju, let's see whether they have basics in their deck. It sucks to give them a land. They probably have basic island. Yeah, they do have basic island. Okay, so they're on the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go green, and then I think and then I'll start Urza Saga next turn. Tishana's Tidebender, that's a cool card. Yeah, I mean, that stops the effect. I respect that deck building decision. And we did enable that by blowing up the Chalice. Next turn, we do have Thoughtseize if they don't get the mana that they need. Yeah, they're at 9. This is going to do them in pretty quickly. So I'll just Thoughtseize the best card that they got off this stock up. And yeah, I think I probably no, I do need a Loam because I can play two lands next turn. But I should be able to Loam and Urza Saga. Man, they have lots of land. They're going to come in for 3. That's fine. So let's go ahead and attempt to be fine. We found a Wasteland. That's great. We can just hit one of these. I kind of want to go ahead and Thoughtseize them first just in case they have Force Negation. They forced that. Okay. So they may have Force Negation is what I'm reading. So the question becomes, is if I Loam, I could just create a construct, but that does mean that like we're vulnerable. Like they have 7 mana now, 6 mana. I think I need to waste them. I think we get the Boseiju. Please don't counter it. Do you have another K command? My goodness. You've been so good with those K commands. Every single time you've got a K command. They wouldn't have forced if they didn't have some sort of interaction. Yeah, K command. Gosh, they just always have it. This card is so annoying. As Boston Roll said, the most disgusting violation of the color palette ever printed. So we still get 2 lands. We just don't get all 3. So what options do we have? Now we have Boseiju if we need it. And we do have a construct for next turn. They could Wrath. They could do lots of scary things. They have so much freaking mana. They have 4 cards because every time they K-command, they're cantripping as well, in addition to disrupting us. This is fine. I will take it. I regret that I do not have Lava Spur in my deck, but you probably have K-command number 4 to exile my construct anyway, so it wouldn't matter. And do this. I don't know what is in their hand. Probably like, yeah, another one. Okay, that's fine. We're still going to, I don't think we're going to lose to these things. I could be wrong. Okay, so I don't think that's too big of a deal. Like we can't create off this, but we can still create off the other. I am going to Loam again. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and, because I can't create with this anymore. Oh, I can? Wait a second. What is the text? Artifact, creature, or planeswalker. Oh, it doesn't actually affect this. That's great. So we can still do the dude. I'm going to keep saying that, do the dude. I used to drink Mountain Dew. Now I need a beverage, or like I just drink water, basically, writing it. Okay, so now I think we just get a Mox. I can discard this Boseiju. Dude is big. Now we just go green, colorless, Loam. Let's get back another Urza Saga, another Boseiju, and maybe a Hatchery makes sense. I don't think it does. This, we've already surveilled. I don't want to do damage to myself because I'm actually like pretty close to death if they do have like another lucky. So I'll play this out. Then I'll play this out. And then we're going to pass with Boseiju and another construct up. They don't have good attacks right now, to my knowledge. But again, like sometimes they just draw all 4K command and there's nothing you can do. Stock up. Yeah, that's fine. Oh my goodness, this is intense. But like they've had to really disrupt us to keep us from messing up their mana. It's so lucky that Tishana doesn't affect Urza Saga. Like they had to know that that was an interaction that they were missing when they did that, because they could have just easily put the word enchantment on there. She's cool though. I love her. I don't like this art of her. I wish she were playable in Legacy, but I don't think she is. But maybe in this context she is. Okay, what is our opponent doing here? Oh, the One Ring. Who would have guessed? All right, so unfortunately that they're at 2. Yeah, we'll see what they do here. Yeah, they get a card. Now they're pretty screwed. They can't really attack. Like, I'm going to just go ahead and make my dude. Okay. I don't think there's any merit in fetching now. Do you think it's worth getting the Hatchery? Yeah, and I am going to Loam. With the exploration out, I feel like it's a bad decision not to Loam. Okay, we didn't flip anything cool. So I'm going to go ahead and, oops, make a dude. We're going to make a ton of dudes here, but it's probably not going to matter because they're probably just going to have something to wipe them out. But if they don't have something to wipe them out, we're in a pretty good position. So if we get to search, we'll go get another Mox. We could just get a Nile Spellbomb here, just as insulation. We have plenty of lands. It is an extra card draw. I don't know. Now, I think we just loam. Colorless. Get our Urza Saga back. Let's get a hatchery. Okay, now I'm just going to play the Urza Saga. And I'm going to play the hatchery. And I'll hold up a Seiju. They have to kill us in 2 turns. So they have to find some way to clear. And they're dead to their 1 ring before we're dead to these. They could just keep looping 1 rings. It doesn't make sense to hit this, but I might regret not hitting it. The Planar Nexus. They're at 1. They draw. Get 2 cards. Did you find the answer you were looking for? Glimmer Post to gain life. You gain 1 life for each locust on the battlefield. I think I do want to hit this now. I should have done this before and I wouldn't have to worry about this. We go boom. Boom. I don't think this actually changes the effect because I think the effect is locked in. I think they're still going to gain 3. But I'll be delighted if they only gain 2. They float. All right. Oh, so they gain 2. They only gain 2. Okay, so that did work like I wanted it to work. They're not dead on board though. But like they have a lot of attackers coming in, 4 attackers. So this is nothing we can do about this, unfortunately. It's just an extremely powerful late game card. They've got Eye of Ugin. They've got Ugin, Eye of Storms. Ugin can gain life. We can't stop it. So they are not going to die to this, but like maybe they'll die to all our constructs. They have Sink into Stupor for one of them. So it's crazy that they get to do this. So Ugin comes in. I think they just get to cast 1. Yeah, that's fine. They can exile. They can't exile their own 1 ring. There's actually just not very many permanents. They gain 3 life and draw a card. It's fine. There just aren't very many colored permanents because we win with colorless permanents. I'm just like, my mind is racing. I want to get this trophy and I also want to understand their deck so I can beat it. I'm going to make sure that I have a land that I can fetch here. It would be very embarrassing. Get the forest just in case they have some sort of basics or non-basics hate, which I can't. I'm just trying to like do mental shortcuts here. Okay, yeah, it's scooped. I couldn't think of what they would have there. Okay, so as you can tell, this is what we're built to farm. We're built to farm these greedy like mana decks. And I'm so happy to do so. Let's take out Bajuka Bog. Force of Vigors come in. Like, how many enchantments do they actually have, though? I don't think they had any. They had, yeah, we took out some of their chalices and stuff. I think Force of Vigor is probably worth playing. Witherbloom's great here. Children's Edict is not bad because they probably are playing Karn, but it's not great. Smallpox is actually pretty terrible against their deck because they just don't play very many creatures. I think we take it out. I know it seems like sacrilege, but I do think it's correct. Then we bring in these forces. So now we've got like a lot more green. We're like barely black at all. Thoughtseize is a good card though. Got lots of targets for our grindy game. Yeah, like I'm actually surprised they had any creatures in there. They may be boarding them out because they don't want to get eaten by smallpox. Now we're just like full lands basically. And so this deck is cool because it can kind of flex between being a smallpox deck and a lands deck. All right, so this is a Wasteland hand with a Crop Rot. We're snap keeping this. Double Loam. They may have Surgical. I'm just going to waste this sight unseen. I don't mess around with this land because this represents 4 mana next turn. They can K command to get rid of our graveyard, which would suck. Nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to just go ahead and... Is that smart? Because we could Crop Rot, we waste... Yeah, I'm being very aggressive here, but like they kept 7. Discover waste. And we are just going to try to keep you low resource. You have islands in your deck too, I know. So you can grab one of those. Okay, Ancient Tomb. So at least they're doing damage to themselves, but and hopefully their mana base will relent. I think it makes sense to get Hatchery going first. And now we can happily pitch one of these Loams. To Force Vigor if they play something out that's worth probably getting a land here. Urza's Tower. Okay, so I'm very glad I took out that dude, but the fact that they took that means they probably have the card that goes with Urza's Tower, which is terrifying. Let's farm big mana decks. Come on, that's the whole reason for this deck is farming big mana decks. Let's do it. Okay, so here I have to have a green source. Please don't exile this or counter it in some way. But if you do, I have another one. They can't K command both. They can only K command one. They just straight up force it. All right, and we're waiting. We're in the waiting room. If they have some sort of graveyard interaction, we are screwed. Cloud Post does not actually help their mana, but they have enough for One Ring now. I think what they're going to try to do is K command our 2 Wastelands here, sadly. They have the mana for that. It makes sense to loam here just to maximize looks at Wasteland, considering they're about to take our Wasteland away from us. I can surprise them with an Urza's Saga after the fact. I could Malevolent Rumble, and that'll create a mana. But then I won't have green up. Yeah, I don't have enough green to do that. Okay. We're going to start with this land. That produces the most. You have to, like, if they had the answer to this, they might have played it already. They don't have any colored mana now. Got them in the Vice. We got another Wasteland on deck. There's nothing they can do to stop that except for, like, they have an island. Okay, they didn't play anything. I am going to loam. I'm going to go ahead and waste first. They float. I'm going to go ahead and try this. That's pretty insane. Okay, we got them down. We got the big mana deck down to 1 card. Disruptor Flute. I can just force that next turn. And I probably will just to keep the Wastelands coming. It sucks to like do it, but like I don't need this Rumble. We've got more than enough stuff coming. I'm going to bin one of the Urza Sagas. We don't need this many. And I'm going to bin... I don't want to bin Loam just in case. I think it makes sense to bin this. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Please scoop the game. Yes! Trophy! Yes! My kids shot a trophy too. We just did it! We did it! Okay, let's take a look at the list. Holy cow. I've been trophying every week, and it feels amazing, and I've been trophying every week with a different brew. I don't know why. Like, I'm seeing the Matrix, friends. I'm seeing the Matrix. This pile, I tried so many times over the past month, ever since this card came out. Where is it? There we go. Eumidian Hatchery. I've been trying so much over the months. Over the past month, just trying to make this work, and it always was miserable. It was just like, oh my goodness. I tried the Hogak variant. I thought it was fun, but it wasn't very good. But this is the actual good deck. Now, we got some bad matchups, but we still won. We beat Jeskai Control. We beat the Mono White Warp deck on the back of their shoddy mana base that didn't have to be shoddy. They could have just played a bunch of planes. You want to look at some of my... Okay, you want to look at one of my Mono White decks? It's like 10 freaking planes, right? Or 6 anyway. And like I'm just playing these utility cards, but like let's see, do we have... Yeah, like here's one with 10 lands, 10 planes. Right? Like there's no shame in just playing planes. Okay, sorry. I had to go off my little thing. Now let's go back to the deck. So I christened this black-green lands. It is not Loam Pox. I know people are going to call it Loam Pox. It is more of a land strategy than a Pox strategy. When I think Pox, I think like, you know, threats are recurring and things like that, but this does nothing of the sort. This is really, I mean, and you could argue, oh, it's basically Land Pox. No, like Land Pox hasn't historically played crop rotation, right? It might have played Rumble, but like I actually see far fewer. This is a criminally underplayed card. It's very good. Yeah, so yeah, you could say it's like Loam Pox or whatever, but like I disagree. I feel like this is a true marriage of lands, which has a great win con in Urza Saga and a crappy win con in Merit Lage. And what we did, we fixed the mana. So we only have 8 cards that don't tap for black or green. And we only have 1 tutor target because people totally go overboard on their Urza Saga tutor targets. I'm sorry, you only need 1. If you've got Moxes in your deck, like just get a Mox and save this for later. It's not a big deal, right? Like you don't need to play 4 or 5 janky 1-drops in your deck just to be able to like justify playing. Urza Saga is quite good on its own, thank you. And the constructs buff each other. So this win con of Urza Saga and Hatchery, like this is kind of like the backup. We saw people disrupting us with Wrath of the Skies. We saw them disrupting us with all kinds of stuff. And Hatchery is just like, it finishes the job. It's like, all right, I'm going to waste my own Hatchery. And we saw the bull case where you like turn 1, play this, play a Mox, Smallpox, then you got a 1/1 that's attacking them. And then that's not that strong, but like Smallpox a little later is really good. I think at one point we got like 3 or 4 of these, 3 or 4 off this. I think there might have been a game at the, like, I don't know if it was Jeskai or somebody, but we got like 5 or 6 at the end. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, like tight play from most of my opponents. There were some plays that I disagreed with, and I just encourage you all, like, you can say like, oh, but you don't have all the information. You don't know what's in their hand. You don't know what line, you don't know what's in their deck. There is hidden information, but sometimes there are decisions that I think are so egregiously questionable. Like, our Jeskai opponent plowing our tokens when they have plenty of life, like repeatedly burning plows. And then how do they die? They died to constructs because they were killing these, and then they were taking huge chunks from our constructs that they could have dealt with, right? So I think like threat evaluation is very important. And again, I don't want to like bash the Jeskai player, but like threat evaluation and when to use your plow is extremely critical if you want to survive with a deck like Jeskai Control. It's an extremely high skill deck. I would say this is a medium skill deck. Like, I definitely got like there, I think I punted at least twice. I can't remember all the different punts. There was one that was just like a straight up blunder where I failed to create an Urza Saga construct at the end. That wouldn't have mattered though, because they had the Flame of Anor, which again is a bad card in the meta. It's objectively a powerful card, but it's terrible against Bowmasters. It's so bad against Bowmasters. And I think that alone probably should disqualify it from being legacy playable. But I understand Punishing Waterfalls has had success with it. Some other people are putting it in their Jeskai Control decks. So, but let's talk about Witherbloom Command. It was freaking insane. I've never played a deck with all 4. It pitches to Force of Vigor. It deals with Flip Tamio, which we got to do. It deals with like Bowmaster. It deals with Ocelot Pride, which is a rising threat in the meta right now. Like, you saw the video, hopefully you watched it, where I 5-0 trophied with my cat tempo. I mean, that card is legit. You need to respect it. I feel like we're respecting it with the Tabernacle, which we never actually had to play, but it was cool to scare our opponent with it. This is like a $3,000 card. If you want to build this deck, Mox Diamonds are never going to be cheaper than they are today, I don't think, unless Magic completely crashes. Like, if you're interested in lands or Pox as an archetype, like, I would strongly recommend you start investing in Mox Diamonds. They're just like an incredible card. They're only good for these big mana strategies. You have to play like minimum 26 land. I would say probably 28 land. Yeah, like, but just absolutely had an absolute blast. Round 2, I think it was, where I was up against the Initiative. That was one of the best matches of my life. I know I say that in like every video, but like, seriously, it was probably top 10. Just incredible match. My opponent played great. They were about to get a trophy. I wrecked their trophy and then went on the trophy. So I think that, who was it that I was playing against? If you're watching, like, shout out to you. Hope you trophy again. Like, I've had so many trophies ruined by off meta decks like this. Like, I always get around 5 and then I face some off meta deck. Well, luckily that did not happen this time. We did face an off meta deck, but we destroyed it with our Wasteland. We did not need Ghost Quarter to win. My theory was fine. Thoughtseize was probably pretty good. Smallpox was pretty good. Again, you can't wrap your entire identity around Smallpox. It's not that good of a card. There's no way to recur it, right? You really need the recursion of Life from the Loam. And Exploration, 3 of them was exactly right. This card came up so many times. Hang on. I'm sorry, my excellent friends. I need to put in the good art, the original art. There's nothing wrong with this art, but it's like, yeah, it's just not as cool as like this awesome Seafaring Age, art from Urza Saga. The first explorers found a storehouse of natural wealth, towering forests growing over rich veins of ore. Doesn't that just sound like a lands deck? Like this, that flavor text just completely embodies the ethos of lands. Urza Saga, Wastelands, being the opposite. And of course, Hatchery is rich with lots of eggs that are going to pop open and leave your like cool Xenomorph flyer companion friends. All right, so that was the league. I don't have anything else to say. I'm going to definitely play this some more. Play with it. Experiment with the numbers. I feel pretty confident in the number of Witherbloom. I think you max it. If there's ever been an opportunity to max it, this is it. I mean, I'd value feedback on any of my plays, any of my sequences. Just because I had a 5-0 does not mean I didn't punt that I didn't acknowledge. If you see me doing something bad, like somebody pointed, I want to shout out the person who pointed out to me that you can sacrifice Boromir to save creatures even if damage can't be prevented. So somebody like stomped one of my creatures, and I can't remember exactly how, but it was going to kill the creature. And I could have used Boromir because the dragon. It was the dragon. It was a very consequential decision in my I think it was my Red White Humans League recently, or my Red White Initiative. Been playing a lot of those. I love Stompy right now. I think it's really strong. And I could have sacked my Boromir to save my dragon, which would have been like a game-winning play. But I was like, oh, damage can't be prevented. But it doesn't matter if damage can't be prevented if my creature is indestructible, right? The damage does it to the creature, but the creature doesn't die. So like that is like, thank you very much for shouting that out. And I will just say, like, if you ever need play points and like you make like a good observation, that's not something that I already observed myself in the video, or it's not something that like everybody already knows. If you see me make a misplay, I'm putting a bounty. I'll give you 120 play points for MTGO. I'll also give people 120 play points if they beat me with a non-blue-black reanimator, non-oops all spells deck. Yeah, I'm not gonna give it, or Karn Forge. I'm amending my rule. I don't want to lose to Karn Forge. Like, I don't like playing against that deck. It's really boring. But if you beat me with like anything else, really, like even Delver and stuff is fine. Then screenshot it and tweet it at me. Be excellent 80s, and I will send you play points for that too. I want everybody to have play points. I want you to experiment. I'm so happy that you all have followed and subscribed to my channel and got me up over the threshold to where I can join the Daybreak Games program. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but like they do let me basically play for free, and they give me play points. Now I can't sell any of these cards. Here, let's open these chests. I just got a bunch of chests, right? So it doesn't matter, but it does give me play points. I'm going to show you how it works behind the scenes. Like, start creating videos. It's awesome. If you're playing a lot of Magic, consider like getting into the habit of recording your leagues like I am and just publishing them. And I've got scripts. I've got all the information. If you need to figure out what gear, what software, I've got like a script that I've written, that I've made open source, like all that stuff. So let's open these to see what I got for my 11 chests here. Okay, so it doesn't matter because I already have like all these cards in my collection, but I did get 130 play points. And check this out, some retro clones. I'll scroll through these. Ayabugan, very broken card. Not my favorite card. Bunch of stuff I don't recognize. Oh, Leyline. Oh, shout out to freaking the Epic Storm. I love watching their videos. I'm not a combo player, but I love watching Brian Cook's videos, and he has like a Leyline of Anticipation, like win on turn 0 deck. And I think it's totally toxic, but I can't help but love it. And it uses Leyline of Anticipation to win during their turn before they can stop you. I got another Leyline. Leylines abound. Leyline of Sanctity here. Yeah. And Tishana's Tidebender. Good art, Tishana. Very cool card. Shout out to my final round opponent for playing her. She just does not get enough love because she's a big mana deck card. And because, I mean, like you could definitely, like if you want to do like blue-white Stompy, she could fit in there with like Hull Breacher or something like that. I'm not sure if she's good enough because, again, she's a 3/2 body with no evasion. Like, do you really want to pay, like stifle somebody and then also just have a 3/2 body that can't stop constructs or really much of anything? I don't think she's that great, but I love thematically that they printed her. All right. Yeah, so that's the league. Thank you again for tuning in. Please, if you enjoyed these videos, tell your friends. Don't just like, subscribe, leave a comment. Like, those are all great, but tell your friends, hey, there's this dude from Texas who's got his kids playing piano in the background and stuff. And he's like, kids trying to grab the cat when he's got 20 seconds on his clock, things like that. Tell them like, I'm making videos. I want to be the very best. I don't say any swear words generally. I'll say ass and damn because those are in the Bible. That's my excuse. But generally you can watch these videos with your kids around. They're not going to be picking up any like toxic, talk or anything like that, any weird slang. Yeah, like I've got tons. If you don't want to spend $3,000 on a tabernacle, I've got tons of videos where I thrash people with my, $600 decks too. No reserve list. I've got an entire playlist of like 20 plus videos. So you can definitely, like, if you're thinking about getting into Legacy, please get into Legacy. We love people getting into Legacy. Our Legacy in Dallas has grown from like 6 people right after the pandemic. I was like one of the few people showing up, and I was just kept telling people, keep coming back, keep coming back. People kept coming back. We had like 20 people there, 20 plus people on Wednesday. Boardwalk Games. If you're in Dallas, hit us up. We love it when new people come. Everybody's super chill. We don't have any toxic people. Like we get those people out the door. We don't want to deal with like, douchey people. So everybody's super chill. And I think in general, everybody's super chill. Like Eternal Weekend last year was 11 rounds of super chill people. Like every single opponent was super chill. Some people were like upset when they lost, but that's totally understandable. Sometimes I get upset when I lose, but they weren't like table flip, and they never blamed the opponent and like, oh, luck sack, blah, blah, blah. They always like blame themselves. Like, oh, maybe I could have played that differently. Right. And I think that's the constructive way. You always want to be introspecting. Even when you win, I'm going to watch through this league. I'm going to find ways that I could have played better. And I'm going to try to improve because that is the name of the game. Like this is a journey we're all going on together to get better at Legacy together. This is the deepest game in existence. It will be years before a model can play Legacy on a level that Bosch and Roll can play, that Andrea Mangucci can play, that Thraben you can play. Like it will be years and years before there's a model that can play the Epic Storm like Brian Cook can play it, right? This is the game for thinking people. Like this is the real smart people game. And you don't have to be super smart. You can just play kind of like a smooth brain stompy deck like I often play and still get W's with that. But if you are putting in the time and effort over years to really learn the meta and really learn like how to get the most out of every piece of the proverbial buffalo, the piece of the whale, whatever weird offensive cultural slogan I just used, sorry. If you're really trying to get the absolute most out of your cards, like that is multiple years. Like I've been playing Legacy on and off for decades at this point, really since it became Legacy. And I just played on like Magic Workstation, and then I played on like Lackey, and then I played on Cockatrice, which is by far the best. And I finally got on MTGO like a year and a half ago, and it was the best decision of my life. Like not the best, like the little best was like meeting my wife and like having my kids and stuff like that, like studying software engineering. But one of the best decisions was choosing to play on MTGO. You get so much better. You're not going to get these reps in paper. Like unless you live in Tokyo, then you can go to the Haruya Tournament Center where I go every summer. And it's like going to like the ultimate Pokemon trainer gym and just getting your butt kicked by Ash Ketchum all day. Like that's basically the real crucible if you want to get good at paper Magic. And there are probably some scenes like New York has like decent stuff. Actually, I don't know that it's significantly better than Dallas here. I think they may have 2 shops that have weeklies. Yeah, like really Tokyo is by far the best place to go. But like if you want to play against good players, and all the people I played were good, even though I might question some of their decisions, they were like way better than I was when I started playing MTGO 18 months ago after spending like 20 years on and off playing, online games. Like really MTGO is perfect. You never have to worry about them cheating. You never have to worry about like the shuffler works. I assume it uses like the best shuffling algorithm. Like games are quick. Queuing happens really quick. People are incentivized because they're paying money to play to not like just dirtle or, like they can move on to the next game and stuff. Like it really is a good system. And I think the payouts are fair. I understand they may have been better in the past, but like as long as you get a 3-2, you get your money back and you get a chest. And you can absolutely grind to build a collection. Like also some of these cards are just like randomly expensive on MTGO. Like Days is like $10 or something like that. But like once you get past that, it's totally worth the investment. I spent probably maybe like $2,000 building my MTGO collection. And you could say, oh, but it's just like virtual cards, not even real cards. It was totally worth it. Totally worth it. Like, and once you get really good and you're just like playing, you can actually like net EV, essentially make enough tickets that you can sell, and you can kind of turn your hobby not into like a job necessarily, but like into something that like helps pay for, meals out, date night or, pizza party with the kids and stuff like that. Like being able to pay for that off of just making a bunch of tickets and being able to sell them and stuff, which is totally fine. It doesn't violate the terms of service. Tickets are meant to be like bought and sold and traded and stuff. You can't sell play points. By the way, let's take a look at how many play points I have. I've been experimenting a lot. And like when I open those chests, I got play points. So I don't have any chests open. I can't trade or sell any of these cards. But you can see I've gotten up to 41,000. That's a lot of speculative brewing. That's a lot of me crashing and burning, like 05ing, which I haven't done in a long time. But like I did 2-3 right before I played this league. I 2-3'd with the same list. And what was the changes I made? I added Witherbloom and I took out the Ghost Quarter and just added like, I think like another fetch. And then like those were literally the changes. Oh, and I think I added like a little bit more removal to the sideboard. I had like Cabal Therapy in there. It's not worth playing. But like just those tiny little tweaks and boom, like that felt great. Oh, by the way, this is the actual list. There should be 3 explorations. I've talked enough. I'm so freaking hyped. I'm going to take my kids and go play basketball. Just going to relax. I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, be excellent to each other and party on.